All right, everyone, so I'm going to go through the mole calculations lab. The handout that you will need is on Schoology. You'll need that to record observations as well as measurements as we move through this. What I'm going to be doing is showing you a vial, and each vial has a different chemical sample in it, and then I'm going to put it on the balance so that you can see the mass of that vial. Ultimately, what you need to do is record the formula of the chemical that's in each sample, match that up with the appropriate name on your data table, record some observations about the physical appearance of each chemical, and record the mass of the vial. You'll be using that mass to tell me how many moles are in each sample and ultimately how many particles, atoms, molecules, formula units are in the sample. So I'm going to go through these one at a time. They're in no particular order. Again, you need to match them up with the appropriate chemical name on your data table on the handout. So you might be jumping around your table a little bit while we go through this. The first thing I'm going to do is pop this empty vial on the balance so you can get the mass of an empty vial. You'll need that for all of your calculations because a vial like that will be part of the mass recording for each of the other samples. So it looks like it's 27.75 grams. So you can record that as the mass of an empty vial. Again, we're going to go through these in no particular order. So here's the first sample that I'm going to show you. The formula for it is NiNO32. So record that and try to match it up with the appropriate name in your data table. And then I'll turn it around here so you can get a good look at what the sample's physical appearance looks like, because you'll need to record some information about that as well. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on the balance so you can record the mass of that sample. You can pause this video as needed or rewind it if you need more time to write these things down or make observations. Our next sample there's the formula. Turning around here. And the mass of the sample and the vial together. Our next sample, and for the record, that is COCl2. That's a lowercase l, not a capital I. See the color there a little bit. Here's our next sample. Next sample. And here's our last sample that actually goes in the data table. I know we haven't done nomenclature yet, but use your resources. Some of these you should be able to figure out which match with which name. Some you might need to do a little bit of research. All right, and there's one more left. Now this is part of one of your post-lab questions, okay? Here is an unknown sample. I'm not telling you what this is, but I'm gonna let you record the mass of this sample. And then in the post-lab questions, I told you how many moles of the sample are in this vial. I need you to use that information to figure out the molar mass of the sample. So you might need to play around with that a little bit. So again, feel free to rewind, pause, go back and look at some of those parts again, and email me or touch base with me with any questions that you have.